This is an anti-post preview for the first race of Royal Ascot, which is the Queen Anne Stakes, 2:30 on Tuesday next week. I have been through all of the races which are early closers, so we've already got the entries. There's a lot of races that don't have entries. They'll be coming Tuesday or Wednesday onwards. But anyway, I'm going to make this series of videos for you. Now, the meeting starts with the Group 1 over the straight mile for 4-year-olds and up. It's worth 425 grand to the winner. Very nice too. And we got 19 entered. I believe In Spiral for John Gosden is the favourite. But that's a mare or a filly, and she's making a seasonal reappearance. Both of those things take her off the shortlist. She has got the best single piece of form in the entire field, and she could well win the race. But I'm not betting anything on seasonal debut in this race. You need a prep run, at least one, if not two prep runs. Anyway, when I've completed the process, this is the shortlist that I came up with. I definitely won't be betting Modern Games at 7-4. Got to be taking him on. He just won the Lockinge, and that's reasonable form. It's already been franked. I mean, Jumby was in that race, and he was well down the field, and he just gagged up in that group race at Haydock. But that's obviously a big drop in grade. But these are the three, and I've got no doubt that I want to be with the French-trained horse Erivan for the Aga Khan. He's a very lightly raced horse. He's got nothing but improvement to come. I've had a really good look at him. He's only had 7 starts in his life, winning 4 of them. He won on his debut over a mile. They upped him to a Group 3 on his 3rd start over a mile, and he won. Then they put him in a Group 1. That's the Prix Jacques Le Marois, very narrowly beaten. He was beaten by In Spiral and Light Infantry, who should both re-oppose. He was only beaten about half a length, a quarter of a length, something like that. Turned into a bit of a sprint. Then they took him to a Group 2 at Longchamp, which he won the Prix Daniel Wildenstein. And he won quite nicely, beating a horse called the Revenant. He had a break. They brought him out in May, and he was 3rd over a mile. Group 2, again, it was a steadily run race that wouldn't have suited him. And then he was 5th of 6 in a Group 1 at Longchamp. But if we have a look at it, literally, they finished 5 across the track. 5th, but he was only beaten half a length. So you've got 5 of them, 5 half a length apart. And again, it was a steadily run race turned into a sprint. However, I've got no doubt that this horse is going to benefit from a strong gallop, a much stronger gallop than he's had so far, a straight track, a stiff finish, and crucially, as long as we get it, he's going to really benefit from going on fast ground for the first time in his life, because every single time he's run, the ground has been slower than good. But I'm telling you now, based on my how many years of experience in horse racing and doing the handicap snip and all the rest of it, this horse is going to benefit enormously if we can get it from some quick ground. And I'll show you why I say that in a minute. Let's just have a look at the quote from the trainer, because it's very interesting what he says. He says, this is Jean-Claude Rouget. He says, Erivan is a fantastic colt. For a moment I believed he was going to do it. He's not as race hardened as you need to be for this type of race, and is still quite raw. I don't think he'll run too much more this year. One thing is for sure, he has a big career ahead of him. Now I'm telling you now, Jean-Claude Rouget won't be bringing this horse to Royal Ascot unless he's got a huge chance. And one of the things that really catches my eye is the breeding. He's by Dubarry out of a mare called Urvadia, And she... Oh, no, hold on. No, I keep clicking the wrong buttons. I'll get there eventually. Yeah, she was the... Yeah, she's a daughter of King's Best. And let's have a look. What? She's a Group 1 winning mare. But oh look, Ascot, good to firm. She won the Coronation Stakes on fast ground. Yeah, and if we have a look at that race, who trained it? Jean-Claude Rouget. How about that, guys? So he's by Dubawi, out of a Coronation Stakes winning mare. And I'm telling you now, Dubawi's love fast ground, and so did his dam. He has got enormous improvement. The problem we've got, guys, is that they've had to water. I'm not blaming them for watering. Just going to have some coffee. I'm not blaming them for watering because there's been no rain and they need to make sure the grass, apparently they've got a fantastic covering of grass. I've been tracking it. But with this hot weather coming, there's every chance of flash storms and heavy rain, and we could end up with any range of going that you like. So I'm hoping it's going to be on the far side of good on day one. It depends how much water they're going to chuck on. If they're worried that because they're saying they're getting mixed messages from the weather forecasting, right? But anyway, I absolutely love Erevan, and I'm telling you now, it's my belief that he is going to improve enormously for fast ground. He's going to get Christophe Soumillon. He's going to be riding. He's a cocky little bastard, but you know, if we can get somewhere near 6-7 to 1 on the day, and we only end up with 12 runners or something, and we can get 4 places, I'll be going maximum each way. Erevan, if he gets declared, I have taken a little bit anti-post and I put him in some multiple bets. But Erevan, I think this may have been the plan for a long time, and hopefully the ground will ride quick, and that's what he wants. There you go. That's my look at the Queen Anne. If he doesn't turn up, then possibly Native Trail is going to be the selection. Second run back after a Windop, but I definitely prefer Erevan to Native Trail. I think he's got a lot more. Native Trail was a very dominant, progressive 2-year-old. Wasn't quite so good as a 3-year-old. And I just don't think there's as much improvement to come. I think he's had the 10 starts, and yeah, he won the Irish 2,000 guineas last year. I didn't think that was a great race. So anyway, Erevan, hopefully he turns up and we kick off the meeting with a lovely priced winner. There you go. That is the Queen Anne.